Just when you think you understand the foreclosure process, there are real estate deals that come along that change how you do business. So in today's video, we're going to actually outline and show you a piece of property that we bought. The house went to foreclosure the same day. Somebody else won the bid, but we were still able to close on the deal. It's going to be crazy and amazing because I want you to understand timing is of the utmost importance in real estate investing. Let's get into it. Greetings, class. It's Kris Haskins with therealestateroundup.com. My mission and ministry is to raise your financial literacy through real estate investing and entrepreneurship. So in my travels in buying and selling and willing and dealing and buying auctions and dealing with realtors and attorneys and investors and contractors and lenders and all this stuff, a crazy deal just happened to me and my partners. So I'm here today with the title company owner that actually closed the deal. You are in for an amazing ride when you hear how this thing went down, because I actually thought we had lost the deal to the foreclosure auction. So Alex Dunton in the building. How you doing, bro?
Good, man. How are you?
It's good to see you.
Good. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for carving out the time after so much. I've been trying to lock Alex down for weeks, y'all, just to let you know. So you are here.
Yeah, I'm here. It's been busy. Busy's
Thank you
good.
so much. So you own a title company in the Virginia Beach area.
I do.
Let's talk a little bit about that first, who you are and all that.
All right. Yeah, I've owned Cohesive Title in Virginia Beach for the past year and a half. I've been in the national title and settlement industry for 15 years now. Mm-hmm. I say national, mostly working with mortgage companies as an in-house title, refinances, things like that.
Okay, refinances.
For them internally.
So you got in right, I'm saying you've been into, so you came in right when the tax credit was happening.
I've seen a couple of the waves that we've been through.
Yeah,
now, but yeah, absolutely.
So regarding this particular deal here, I want to make sure we're extremely, transparent, so people understand the things that can happen in real estate that even neither one of us have seen. I've been in the game since 2004.
Yeah, never seen it. Wow.
So let's start from the top, Alex. We have a property under contract to buy. We give you the paperwork. Tell us, what do you get started doing when we give you the contract to buy?
As soon as we get the contract, we'll instantly send it to the abstractors to start searching the property at the courthouse.
Okay.
Make sure they pull all documentation on the property, usually going 30, 40 years back, depending on the property.
What are you looking for?
Any judgments, liens, anything negative against the property that could affect the buyer's ownership, could affect your ownership. Mm-hmm. Ultimately, we're going to give a title insurance policy that guarantees your ownership.
And what is the title insurance policy going to do?
It's going to cover any deficiencies on the chain of title starting the day that you buy it, going backwards.
Oh, got it.
So title insurance is basically the opposite of any other insurance where it covers you going forward. Mm-hmm. This one starts the day that you purchase the property and goes backwards. Any previous liens, judgments, anything like that are against the property, this will help you through.
Okay, so it'll help me if somebody says, hey, I had a judgment against whoever you bought the property from. I want to collect on this judgment.
Yep.
Something like that. Okay, cool.
Already covered. Somebody comes to the front door and says, my grandmother deeded me this property 20 years ago. Deed was never recorded. Here it is.
That's nasty.
It happens.
That's nasty. It happens. So we gave you the purchase and sale agreement. In fact, what we'll do is real quick, I'm going to show the viewers the property so y'all can see what this looks like. So this property is in Virginia Beach. It's inside of a condo community, and it's got a golf course way in the back there.
Hey, you looking at
My
me?
beautiful daughter there. And the condo association covers the exterior, but inside you can see that all the flooring is ripped out. Ooh, smelled horrible in there, like there's 100 cats living in here. All the flooring was gone. So the kitchen has to be renovated there. New cabinets we're going to have to do. The refrigerator had rotten meat in there. Been in there for months, I would guess. But the view out back is what's really going to sell this unit from what I thought. Right on the golf course right there. So this is the first bathroom. It's going to be renovated. Just filthy. People just left all type of stuff in there. You see all the flooring. You see the pee stains at the bottom down there. The cats just peed all in this place. The smell's going to be hard to get out of this one. So it's a nice property. Yeah, I think it's a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom condo right on a golf course.
Yep.
Beautiful property. We give you the paperwork. You start doing your research, all that stuff. Go ahead.
All the stuff in the background. Our team starts working. This one in particular, we knew that we had a short time frame that it was going to close. We had a set closing date.
I think it was 2 weeks, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think we were 2 weeks total, start to finish. And then, was it Friday before? We see the foreclosure sale notice.
Okay. So it's not common practice for any title company to look to see if a property is going into foreclosure when you get a contract.
We normally won't see that. That notice of foreclosure isn't something that necessarily that will come up in a title search.
Just pop up.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's not protocol.
No, not normally. It's normally something that the agent would tell us. Normally.
Did anybody speak up about this?
I don't know.
Not that you're aware of.
Yeah, not that I'm aware of. I know that we found out on Friday. Foreclosure date was set for Wednesday. Closing date was set for Tuesday, the day before.
Okay, so we found out about the foreclosure on Friday, which is supposed to happen on the following Tuesday.
Wednesday, yep.
Following Wednesday.
Yep,
okay,
yep.
cool. All right,
So
get the
they're selling
timeline
it.
right here.
They're selling it on the courthouse steps at noon on Wednesday.
Got it.
Yep.
That's nasty.
It's quick. It's quick. So again, with a 2-week closing time, that's no problem at all. Typically, our teams are able to work very quickly.
Okay.
But then it was a fire drill to get funding. It's Virginia, so a wet sign state, so we have to have the money in the office in order to record our deed.
Okay.
So we was it Tuesday, late Tuesday afternoon, we started getting all the documents signed to beat the foreclosure.
Mm-hmm. So this time we know what we're up against.
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
And I want everybody to know that I have no idea what's going on. We just the people putting up the money.
Yep.
You're doing all the work in the background.
We're fighting it. We're fighting it. Finally, we get all the funds. We set our deed to record Wednesday, 2 hours before the foreclosure auction, which having all the money prior to noon was their cutoff.
Mm-hmm. I want to make sure I'm honest too. That was my fault.
Well,
And I'm not saying
no blame.
I know I'm not saying it's good or bad. I just want people to know that you are waiting on us. I mean, you can't just go out there and record. You're waiting on us to actually produce the funds. How many times do people? Let me ask you, Alex. How many times do people not produce funds for closing?
Hey, I don't see it often.
Okay.
I deal with a lot of mortgage companies directly.
So that's strictly good money then.
It's
not private people like
24, 48 hours before. We do a lot of investment work with investors, but it happens to where we're delaying closing a day or two.
Mm-hmm.
It happens especially in cash purchases,
Okay.
but it's not anything out of the norm to see a funding delay. But that just pushes back recording and everything else.
Yeah.
So nothing scary there, and nothing out of the norm, except for there's a foreclosure sale.
Yeah. Well, for you, I'm sitting here on Friday. I didn't know. It's no pressure whether it closes. In my mind, I'm like, I don't care if it closes Monday or Tuesday. I mean, it's just another deal, right?
Yep.
And I'm sure you're the same, like, okay, we'll get it done. But my lenders, I have to inform them, Alex, I'm waiting on people that have normal lives to wire this money. And then when something happens and it's urgent,
Ooh, yeah.
I can't necessarily pass that urgency over to people that are living their lives and doing stuff.
That's it. We find out, 48 business hours before it's closing.
Okay.
We need the money quick.
Got it.
It's tough. Absolutely.
I just want my roundup family to know that that things you have to wait on us before you can move to the next step, and I have to wait on other people. So it's a whole domino effect.
That's it. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So again, ultimately, we have to have the money in the office, in our accounts, in order to record and disperse.
Got it.
Unfortunately, the small law firm that was foreclosing on the property only had 2 employees. And both of those employees had gone to the trustee sale.
They're on the site at the foreclosure auction.
They left. Yep. So
Okay.
there was no one. Ultimately, the bank was relying on the foreclosure attorney to tell them that we were good, that the money had been sent, and then vice versa. The foreclosure attorney was waiting for the bank to let them know that they had received our money.
Wow.
So
That's nasty.
we had sent the money and everything. We had recorded at the courthouse with 2 hours notice.
What time did we record?
10 a.m.
We recorded at 10 a.m.
Noon was our shut off,
Okay.
but there was nobody in the office to give the thumbs up and stop the foreclosure.
Are you a landlord that's struggling to collect rent from a tenant? Or maybe you've got a tenant that's making your life a living hell like I did back in 2008. Well, that's why we've put together the My Best Tenant Challenge. This is going to be a 5-day challenge to show you how to find, screen, and place a tenant that's going to take care of your property, pay on time, and not make your life hard when it comes to fixing things in the property. I'm doing this with my friend Lakeisha Kirkendall. She's a professional property manager that manages over 200 doors. So get registered up if you want to learn how to get a good tenant, your ideal tenant. The link is on in the video description below, or just go to mybesttenant.com. I look forward to seeing you at the training. At the attorney's office?
At the attorney's office, yep.
So the foreclosure is still going through?
Still went through. Still sold on the courthouse steps at noon.
So the property sold. I hope you guys are getting this. This property sold at the steps, all right? And just like me, when I go, I give, no doubt the buyer gave him 20 grand or whatever in the cashier's check, Alex, at that time.
Yep.
I would think so. Okay.
Yeah, so then it became, we had recorded first. We had recorded the deed of your purchase first. And it was a lot of back and forth between the servicing company, the mortgage servicing company, the attorney, and my office, the title company. We got our legal counsel involved. We went back and forth for almost 2 weeks before finally the servicing company agreed that and the purchaser who purchased the property on the courthouse steps agreed that if they were given $1,000, they would rescind the offer and walk away. The buyers would walk away, which is very rare. And again, I've never heard of that happening.
Did they have a claim? So our deed is recorded. This is why time is so important. Our deed is recorded. Could that deed could have been undone if that?
Yeah, we would have definitely had to have figured something out from there. Anyway, and it can, there can be affidavits done. It can be withdrawn.
Wow.
An error deed, but
really,
ultimately, we were there first, and it gave us, because we were there first, it gave us room to fight.
Okay.
So we got our attorneys involved. We got involved with the mortgage company, the servicing company, went back and forth.
What were they ultimately saying? I mean, during these, because we were emailing you every day, what's going on, I got $200,000 in an account somewhere. I'm nervous.
Yep, yeah. Basically, they're just saying, hey, sorry, the property foreclosed. You didn't get us the money in time. We said, well, we were told noon. We recorded and funded at 10 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
So the servicing company leans on the attorney. The attorney leans on the servicing company. And ultimately, we don't get answers. We're going back and forth.
I see that a lot, though, Alex, regarding foreclosures, because they're different departments.
A lot of right and left hands, not.
Talk about that a little bit so people understand. That makes no sense.
I think it's an internal thing for a lot of the mortgage servicing companies. Ultimately, you do a loan with a mortgage broker down the street, and they sell it to Mr. Cooper. Mr. Cooper may or may not service that loan. It'll go to a different servicing company that'll sit and hold that mortgage and get their interest over time. They'll maybe have 30, 40 employees sitting in a call center, but 20,000 loans sitting in. So it's a lot, and it's a lot to get communication from some of those companies, it seems like.
And the call center, are they even qualified to speak on matters such as this?
It seems like a lot of people just, I have to wait for a call from my supervisor.
Yeah, I would think, yeah.
So.
In my experience doing foreclosures and short sales and dealing with that, it's like one department doesn't even talk to the other department. They might not even be in the same building, Alex.
Yeah, we get that in mortgage in general a lot. I do a lot of refinance closings currently, and the closing department and the underwriting department don't go hand in hand. They don't necessarily talk.
Yeah, that's crazy.
File just gets passed back and forth.
So y'all beware out there. You need to know this stuff when you're trying to buy these properties. It could be dragged out.
Yeah.
So you got, okay, so 10 o'clock we recorded the other buyer that bought the property at the steps. Tell us a little bit about that interaction. Who talked to him? Because he doesn't have anything to do with us.
Nothing to do with us at all. Nothing to do with our transaction.
He doesn't care. I wouldn't care. I would be like, that's your problem. I wouldn't even.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nothing personal. It just.
Well, so in my mind, as the servicing company that holds that note, I would want to get my full payoff. The person that was buying it on the courthouse steps was paying pennies on the dollar.
Oh, really?
Comparatively.
Okay, so you knew the number. You did a little research. You figured it out.
Yeah, I believe the number that we were given was that their offer was 120 versus 200. That was the payoff.
Oh, man.
Somewhere in there. Well,
that's a big difference.
Big difference. So ultimately the servicing company was telling us, hey, sorry, it's sold. You know, you're going to have to figure out a way to reverse your deed that's been recorded. But again, that was a lot of back and forth.
Reverse the deed. That's crazy. Okay, so the buyer, who from our side is interfacing with the buyer that won at the steps?
Nobody at all.
Somebody's got to.
No, that's on a completely different transaction. Has nothing to do with our side at all. It was us communicating with the foreclosure attorney. That attorney is the one that negotiated between the servicing company and that purchaser.
Man. So the attorney had to go back and forth between the. Oh,
yep.
Wow.
Yeah, so a completely different side of the transaction that none of us were privy to.
Well, how did we come to the conclusion that this buyer that won the bid will be willing? Because he's got 80 grand. I mean, he's got a lot more equity than we have. Who's interfacing with him to get him to say, "I'll take $1,000 to"?
That was between that foreclosure attorney, the servicing company, and him.
Really?
We were just given the number. That was
so you're not even involved with that?
None at all.
How do you, in your mind, how does this play out then? I mean, I don't.
In my mind, the deal was dead. When they told us that it had sold at foreclosure, the only thing I could think of to do was be a squeaky wheel. Keep trying. Yeah. Hey, we've got the money. Hey, we've recorded. We've got a deed. We finished at 10 a.m. You told us noon.
Got it.
Was our cutoff. And then the more that my team fought those facts, basically, the more it seemed like we might be able to make something work. And then when they came back with the $1,000 offer, $1,000 walk away, and then that's when we pulled the trigger and closed the deal.
No, I don't even know. Is that $1,000? Did we pay that? Did you pay that?
No, the listing attorney paid it, or the listing agent paid it.
Okay.
The real estate agent.
Unpack that for me. Why would the agent care about?
I'm assuming he was probably making $6,000 to $8,000 on that, and said, "Man, if I can pay that to get this to be done, I'm in."
So the listing agent, this is a good story, y'all. This is cool. So the listing agent that sold the property to us, I don't know who he is.
Yeah, the original listing agent. Yep.
Yeah, he represented the seller, presuming he's putting himself in the mix regarding trying to find out what's going on. Is that, that's the only thing I can say. And then he says, how can we?
He was trying to do the same thing. He was trying to communicate. He was just talking to the mortgage company a lot, the servicing company. We were all on a lot of email chains going back and forth, trying to understand, hey, if we've recorded, if we've got the money, then why would you go to foreclosure? So he was on the email chain when they came back with the offer, and he said, absolutely, I'll pay that right now.
So basically, he's paying $1,000 to make $6,000 or whatever he's going to make his commission.
I'm assuming, yeah.
Yeah, we can only assume that. It makes sense to me. So if the property were to go to foreclosure, then Alex, then I'm presuming he gets nothing then.
Absolutely.
Because he's not representing the.
Yep.
So he put himself in the. I gotta think this guy too. I don't even know who he is. I gotta meet this guy.
Yeah, I think it was just a commission reduction. Is what he wound up taking.
So, whatever it was more than he had the day before. I'm guessing.
That's it. It's real estate, you know.
This is so interesting. So Okay, as we wrap this up, okay, so the $1,000 was paid to the cash buyer that won the bid.
They said it was a rescission fee for them rescinding the deal.
Okay, rescission fee.
What it sounded like is that went toward either the legal fees were already in there.
Yeah.
Because it had already been up for foreclosure, so it couldn't have been the legal fees. So the only thing I can assume was that was the deal that was worked out directly to the buyer.
Okay.
But I can only assume.
Yeah. Well, either way, the buyer we don't have a claim now. I mean, it's months later. I didn't get a letter or any correspondence from somebody saying that, hey, this is my property.
No, completely done.
Yeah. It's a cool story. So what did you take away from this? You've been doing this forever too.
I mean, again, so many things can happen, especially last minute. It's just having all your documents ready, having your solid team on your side. That's the only thing. You know,
just the team.
That's it.
So what would you recommend for people out there that are doing this too? I don't want any new investor to have this experience that we had. Could you just imagine somebody was getting a loan, or, getting some type of a hard money? It would be.
I just cutting it that close. And these deadlines are hard. They're hard stops, hard deadlines. Mm-hmm. If we would have known previously, that would have helped a lot. Again, it was such a quick turn. I think getting it done on Monday maybe would have been ideal. Give us some time. But it worked out.
Timing. So timing matters. Okay, Alex, anything else you want my viewers to know about this deal or about you, your company?
No. I'm just thankful to be here and hope we can do another one.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Actually, I believe I just got the contract for the listing on that one today.
Yeah. We are thankful we're blessed.
Yeah.
We're thankful.
Fantastic.
So Roundup family, I just want you to know that I asked him to come. Things happen in this game. And Alex, could you just kind of preface timing? Help us understand if something is recorded, positioned, because some people don't understand first, second, and all that stuff.
First to the courthouse wins.
First to the courthouse wins. Unpack that for me. For people that don't understand.
I've seen a claim come across, a title insurance claim come across. Here's an example for you. I've seen one come across where somebody lists a property for sale. Foreclosure, potential foreclosure looming. She lists it for sale. She sells the property in the same exact day she records a refinance, taking money out, cash out.
Oh my goodness.
The sale of the property had recorded first. Property's sold. Her refinance comes in after, tries to record. She can't refinance. She doesn't own the property anymore.
Wow. That's nasty. That's real nasty.
Wild.
Was that a foreclosure?
It was to be foreclosed. Yeah. So they had scheduled, but
pre-foreclosure.
Yeah, it was pre-foreclosure.
That's nasty.
There's a reason why in our time of being in real estate, why purchase packages have gone from 20, 30 pages to 120, 130 pages.
Really? I haven't seen one in so long.
You haven't seen a mortgage?
Thank God I have not.
Well, yeah.
Before they were thick. I don't even know.
120, 130 pages, and it's a lot of CYA. It's the hot McDonald's coffee. Warning, might be hot. Warning, don't commit mortgage fraud.
Mortgage fraud has some real teeth too. It's so obscure, isn't it?
It's scary. But again, you have to say it. Every document you sign has some sort of acknowledgement. I understand what I'm doing. I understand that I'm buying this property. I understand that it is an investment. I understand that it is a primary residence. Just reiterating over and over again.
Got teeth. It's got some teeth. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
No? Good.
Roundup, I wanted y'all to hear this right from the guy that helped orchestrate the deal, because I had no idea. I thought once you won the property at the steps, it's over. So in my mind, I'm giving a man 20 grand. I'm not thinking about this property anymore. I'm going to the next property because I've already given my earnest money deposit. And we are here today to help you understand that might not be the case all the time. Generally speaking, it is.
Yeah.
generally speaking, but things happen, especially when people are under the pressure of this foreclosure. So do your research. And for me, from now on, every time I buy a property, I'm doing a trustee sale search because it might not be, as you said, it might not, I guess what is it called? Substitute trustee document just wasn't recorded on this one.
Wasn't out there yet, no.
It happens. It just happens. And you can't get mad at anybody because these things just happen. I mean, you can't blame whoever. If you do that, then you won't do anything. But do your research. Type in the address when you're buying it. Do trustee sale, foreclosure sale, or auction, and see if it comes up on Google. I should have done that myself to see.
Well, yeah, I think my team probably should have caught it also. You know?
Hindsight, I'm looking back like, why the hell didn't I just do a quick Google search to see?
I'm gonna make that a thing now.
Just Google it.
Yeah. Just look.
Just see what's out there. Okay. Make sure you share this information with other people that are out there buying real estate. Like this content and subscribe to the channel. I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Peace.